to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we have a reading for you about somebody who is coming through as very clumsy, first and foremost, or stressed out and anxious because of being in love with you. So this could be someone who's not really felt this level of connection with a person before. This could be somebody who is really struggling because you two are in no contact. Or this could be somebody who's just like not really familiar with feeling this strongly towards someone. And I do feel like there is some separation or argument here because we do have I've been manifesting you. And yet it has been a comedy of errors trying to get this live stream going, just so you know. Like, I cannot tell you. Like, one thing in particular, I spilled my drink on my Edgar Allan Poe tarot deck. Had to wipe down a few cards. Like, there's just been a whole bunch of stuff, and it's all started like when I sat down to do the reading. So I feel like this person has been fumbling around. Maybe they've kind of lost their mojo, or if they had Riz, they don't have it anymore. If they used to be quite charming, now they're just kind of like not sure what to say. You've got this person a little bit off their game, and I think you kind of drive them crazy. So let's call on spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a good day. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box, as is more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. Hello, Key Controller. Hello, Zats. Hello, Famous Seamus. What's up, bestie Tiana? Hello, I am. Hello, Nat. How are we doing? All right, so we're gonna get the gold foil tarot and start. Also, a shout out to my brother who extrapolated my handwriting from the banner on my other channel where I wrote Curious Carmen and put it on my t-shirt. I don't know if you can really see it, and I don't feel like if I twist too much in this little spot that's really narrow, then I'll probably knock something off the bookshelf, but maybe I'll post a picture of it. Hello, James. How are you doing? That's true. I would agree. But also, it kind of makes me think of Britney Spears and that one movie. Was it really just called that? I can't remember. Maybe it was just You Drive Me Crazy? Or Drive Me Crazy? Whatever it was. Anyways, we also have double eights right now. We've got the Eight of Cups and the Eight of Wands coming out. I've only pulled 3 cards. And this is somebody who feels like they have to do something quickly because there is this risk that perhaps you're going to meet someone new, or maybe you've decided you just want to focus on yourself. There's this concern with regards to how to get you back, how to get back in your access. And that Three of Pentacles could also be talking about, like, can I find a love spell? Wow. And then we have the Magician. Okay, so this person's doing spell work. The Manifesting card already came out, and then we have Magician right as I was talking about that. So I feel this is someone who is convinced that the two of you are soulmates. You're meant to be together. They view you as this like earth angel type with temperance coming through. You may also have Sagittarius in your chart or some other fire sign, because that's, I mean, we have the Eight of Wands, the Magician, and Temperance right now. And I've only pulled 5 cards. So that, or this person is incredibly passionate for you. They have taken actions with regards to your connection that they have never done with a different one. Hello, Kamara. How are you doing? Hello, Holy Ghost. What's going on? Hello, Dana. Did she really? Was it because of her song? That's funny. We've got the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse and the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So the problem here is I do feel like this is someone who is kind of desperate, trying to find a way, maybe find somebody who isn't exactly legitimate, who's willing to take their money. Of course, Magician, I can help you manifest that person. I can put together a little love spell for you. And then there's some lie or deception that happens there. I'm trying to make it so that bright light isn't like right there. Okay, that helps a little bit. So basically, they're spending money on something that isn't actually impacting the connection, but their belief is that you're going to find it impossible to avoid contacting them or showing up somehow. Hello, Mark. Hello, April. How you doing? Hello, Jordan. What's up? I hope you did too, Mark. Hello, Shamika. So we've got the Queen of Swords, the Three of Swords, and the Page of Cups. This person that I have pushed away, or that, you know, it doesn't love me, is this Queen of Swords. So this would, for the majority of you, if this reading resonates, this would be your energy. Does not have to be about gender. This is about somebody who has boundaries up or who has decided this isn't really working out. I don't know, man. I'm really like irritated with that light. What do I do? Do I just sit here? An apology they feel might not really do the trick. But you know what else this could represent is like a love potion. Here, let's have a little bit of this. You know, some eggnog. It's seasonal. Well, I guess not anymore. This is like not a good look here. If you have to use spell work in order to be with the person that you love, you are doing it wrong. You cannot get a happy, healthy, romantic relationship through manipulation. Period. End of story. Like, fight me. Knight of Wands in the reverse. Wow, okay. So we could be talking about like candle or physical intimacy magic. There's a card in my Overthinkers Oracle. So we might have to consult with that to see if that card comes through. Hello, Maya. How are you doing today? We have the Chariot in the reverse. With Strength. This is you. They're trying to, and when I say they, it's the Magician and presumably this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. The one who's just looking to make money off this. I don't care. Or somebody who's not a very good friend. For a small portion of you, this is, hey, can you help me find a love spell for this person? I really think that this is the one. And a buddy who would like to have this earth angel for themselves gets them to do it wrong. Like, influences it to be done wrong, right? There's a blockage here, but there's also protection around you. So even though this person might get extremely creative trying to manifest you or trying to get some sort of barrier between the two of you like broken down, I don't know that they're going to be very successful. It seems like a pretty dull order. You don't like eggnog, huh? Noted. We have the Empress in the reverse from a different tarot deck in here. So it does look to me like this is someone who has struggled understanding emotional connections and how to love, which is probably why they're resorting to manipulation. Three of Cups. Page of Wands in the reverse. This is like the Queen of Swords is throwing a birthday party and didn't invite the Magician, so they're all like whiny and cry about it. They feel like you're out here having a great time, or you're getting all this attention, or you're going through a glow up and you just like forgotten about them, or you're not interested in them. Maybe they feel like you're out of their league. So it's like, well, I don't really have a lot of choices then. I can't just like romance you the regular way. I have to get creative with this. It's a foul cologne, desperation. Knight of Cups in the reverse. And the Five of Wands. So this feels like specifically making sure that you do not fall in love or have a strong attraction towards anybody else, but also this person's trying to bring you back around. So it could be that there are two spells, right? I don't want you to get attracted. I want you to find everybody else not attractive. But I also want you to feel like, because of that, the only thing that you could really do is potentially like come back around to me. Hello, UK. How are you doing? Hello, Anthony. How's your day going? So, Four of Cups and the Hermit. I'm not shocked to see this. Worth mentioning, by the way, that Strength is another fire sign card that would be associated with Leo. So we continue to have a lot of presence from the fire side of things, but we also have a very strong Hermit energy coming through. This is somebody who is okay with going off on their own, but also someone who has learned a lot of lessons through their experiences with others. So you see them, or if you hear about them trying to get you back, you're like, nah, I'm good on my own. I don't need that. You're more into like single player mode. I don't think you're very interested. I think you're very resistant. I think you have reason to believe this is somebody who doesn't know how to treat you appropriately or with the respect that you deserve. I think this person's literally spending money trying to get you to come back. Not even just like respond to their text, but be the person that contacts them. Hello, Santiago. How are you doing? So 10 of Pentacles and Justice in the reverse. When you try to like be a bull in a china shop to get your way because you don't like how karma or, you know, life is playing out, it doesn't usually go very well. Sometimes people will get like a short-term win, feel like they have, you know, gamed the system, but it's usually fleeting or not lasting. I would compare this to winning the lottery. I don't know if I'll get any hate for this, but I look at lottery or like gambling as like a short burst of fun that maybe is experienced like once every couple of years. Like I like Vegas, I like roulette, all of that, but like I don't really need it, right? And part of that is because like I've seen the stories about people who get too much money at once, don't know what to do, and there are some shocking outcomes for these people. So, you know, it's not really worth it. This is somebody who feels like they can solve all their problems in, you know, a lightning strike, right? If I get this love spell to work, then everything in my life is better. But it's that lack of wanting to do what it takes to get there that leaves this person completely unprepared to handle it, even if they do get what they want. Pro tip, if you do ever win the lottery, don't effing tell anyone. Get a lawyer. Don't tell anyone. Like, that seems to be the biggest problem for everyone. I think if you stumble into a large sum of money, the smartest people out there, the people who have the fewest issues, are the ones that don't feel the need to brag about it or splash money on big things like a big boat or a fancy car. This is someone who feels like they can get everything they wanted with like a big red easy button. They just have to buy this love spell and they get the relationship and like the status. Maybe they feel like there'd be people that would be jealous of them. It's like, okay, why do the healing? Why do all of the work if I could just like, you know, make you come back to me? What if I just, you know, create some illusion or, you know, do some candle magic? It's not going to work on you, though. I feel like this is you. Like, you really think that's going to work on me? Really? You think so lowly of me? Okay. And then we have Magician in the reverse. That's not going to work on me. Have you ever been lied to, like bold-faced lied to by a child? And like, you know, I'm talking like if the kid has like frosting on his face, but is trying to say that, didn't actually eat the cake that was in the refrigerator, and you're like, sweetheart, come on. At least look in the mirror before you say such lies. Like, could you try a little bit more? Or don't, you know, like if you're bad at lying, that's probably for, you know, the best. This is somebody who I feel disappoints you, not just because they're lying, but because like they didn't even do a very good job. So not just because they're doing a spell or trying to manifest or manipulate you, but because they're bad at it. Like, you're funny. Hierophant in the reverse. Part of the issue here is because they are working with or trying to work with somebody who doesn't know what they're doing either. So I don't know if that's just, you know, I want your money and I'll tell you that I can do what you say. Or, you know, I actually wouldn't mind having a chance with this Queen of Swords if you fail. So maybe it's in my best interest if you don't do well with this. Oh, Lord. Sounds very complicated. I knew it was you, Tiana. All right, this is the Gilded Reverie. We have the Wishing Well, which is number 41. Again, with that Nine of Cups, right? It's like, how can I get everything that I always wanted, even though it apparently doesn't want me, or even though it requires manipulation. I feel this is because someone looks at you as very, like, beloved, or there are a lot of people that consider you a close friend. You might get a lot of attention. So this is like someone saying, I want to be able to show you off and get like points for having gotten you to agree to be in a relationship with me, or, you know, choose me. Hello, Stephanie. Hello, Ben. How you doing? If your username is what I think it is, Ben, that cracks me up. So we have number 40, which is the Mask. I think this is actually the person taking money, who's saying, yeah, I can do things. I've got this skill set and I can get you this new beginning with that person. They're wearing a mask, pretending that they have a skill set or, you know, powers that they don't really have. So I do feel like this is just kind of like a money grab for this person. Again, remember, for a small percentage of you, this is a romantic rival to the Magician who has their sights set on you. We've got this Rider card. This is more of that like urgency type energy. I don't want to miss out on you. I feel like you're about to walk away. I feel like I have to do something, and that desperation takes over. The problem is that spell work or that manipulative energy is always going to struggle when it encounters somebody who has gone through a lot and learned their lessons. It's not like you've been avoiding whatever has, I don't know, caused problems or tempted you. I feel like you're the type to, I'm not saying you're perfect, but if there's a lesson to be learned, you're like, okay, let's just do this. Let's get it over with. It's like, you know, going to the doctor. Yeah, nobody likes it, but I know I need to, so I'm going to. You do the things that you need to. And this has benefited you in your intuition and your ability to like walk away. Your cutoff game is strong. So again, whatever manipulation they're trying to leverage, I feel like it's pretty useless against somebody like you. Maybe it would work on a person who has been far less committed to their healing. But I feel that for your interest levels to return in this person in a romantic sense, or even begin, you would have to see that this is a person that could treat you the way you want to or deserve to be treated for the long term. I feel like you know exactly what you're looking for as far as serious relationships, and you didn't find it in this person. But instead of working on that and themselves, they went and found somebody with a love spell. Oh, I don't. I hope you're having a great day, Ben. Hello, Katri. How you doing? Hello, Chavez. What's up? This is the Black Tarot. Let's see what else we get. I feel like we're going to get a little bit more on the Magician and their encounter with this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, the person who knows about this spell or does the spell. We have the Lovers in the reverse and the Six of Swords in the reverse. Now, the Lovers is also number 6. I don't know if you can actually see that down there. It's tiny. So we have 2 sixes, and 6s are about like balancing out or things returning to normal. And I feel like that's where you are when you make the right choice in love. You feel like things get easier, or it's like when you know, get work done on your car, or when you go into the dentist. It just feels like things are different because you did that thing that, you know, requires time and effort, and maybe it's uncomfortable or maybe it's expensive, but you did it. You felt like things were getting easier when you walked away from that person, or when you rejected this person, because something in their energy just really didn't feel right to you. That's fair, May Marie. Hello, Stephanie. Thank you for the tip. Let me write that down for you. What are M's thoughts and future actions towards me? I've added that. Thank you, Stephanie. So we've got the Ace of Spheres. This would be the Ace of Pentacles. I feel this is the payment. This is the, I know how to get what I want instead of just doing, you know, like the work and stuff. How about I just pay someone? You know, if you were talking to your partner about division of labor at home, and the whole point was you wanted to be like partners and share in that work and not feel like one person was doing all of the work, and then that person just goes and like outsources it and pays someone else to do it, I'm gonna guess the majority of you would be like, that is not what I was talking about. This is someone who had a choice. There was a fork in the road. You can work on yourself and become, you know, a more authentic individual who has integrity, and then you might attract somebody like this Queen of Swords, or be able to keep a Queen of Swords, right? But until you do, you really can't do that. And this person's like, oh yeah, well, what if I find a cheat code? What if I find a back road to get where you were telling me I needed to be? They wanted to cut corners, and that's why they're getting the results that they are, right? Somebody who doesn't even really know how to make this happen or isn't interested in that. They just want money. 10 of Wands in the reverse, the 8 of Pentacles, and the Page of Spheres or Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Why hasn't anything happened yet? Why hasn't this Queen of Swords contacted me? Why haven't I seen them? I keep paying you money and nothing is happening. This Magician is getting impatient. They want to know when they're going to actually have reunion or be with the Queen of Swords. And I feel like the Queen of Swords is like, I don't have any interest in that. What are you talking about? Thank you, Nat. Who is the person coming in love? With serious intentions. And when? All right, I've added that. Thank you, Nat. Hey, Lemonade, how are you doing? Hello, Jared. How's your day? What else? 6 of Cups, another 6. And the Chariot. Yeah, so I want to find a way to, you know, get what I want. And the 6 of Cups is usually about someone, like it's usually someone gifting, like 2 kids, like a boy gifting, I think it's flowers or a cup, to a girl. And this is like, I've tried it multiple times. Like the way these cups are displayed on this card, it's like, I've paid you maybe even 6 times. And I kept expecting there to be progress. I kept expecting to hear from this person that I want to hear from, and nothing has happened. So why isn't your magic working? Hello, Eric. How are you doing? Probably because love spells are just like not going to ever get you what you want. just saying. Hello, Anam, how are you doing? We have the King of Spears or King of Pentacles in the reverse, the Page of Swords, and Justice in the reverse. So you're being able to see this person's intentions or not be fooled by their illusions or impacted by their manipulations. This is protection for you. You don't deserve to be caught up in this person's energy, but also they don't deserve to be along for the ride as you have blessings or abundance sent your way. So it could, for some of you, this could be somebody who's aware that you're, going to do quite well and they want to benefit from that. I think also there's this, desire from other people to be with you and they feel like they get like points or something, that people would be jealous of them if they were able to be with you. So we have the Five of Cups in the reverse and the Nine of Cups in the reverse. So because they were not willing to approach things in an honest way, they don't actually have the ability to get into your energy or entice you to spend time because you can pick up on that dishonest energy. Thank you, Stephanie. FN, tell me he liked me. But ignores me. Ooh, that sounds like fear, but we will get into that. I wrote it before your first question, Stephanie, so I might answer that one first. Just, for space on my paper. Hello, John. How are you doing? Hello, Moon. So they're not going to get what they want. They have been only thinking about themselves. If you really love someone, why would you want to take away their ability to coherently make a choice in their own romantic relationship? Just curious. Because to me, that is not love, that is fear. I fear losing you, therefore I do something desperate. The real love is... so I'm thinking about Paulina Rubio, so maybe that's important for somebody. There's a song, Aunque no sea conmigo. I don't think that's what it's really called. It might be, but those are the words in my head, even though it might not be with me. So it's this idea of, do you love somebody enough to wish them happiness, even though it may not be that happiness is found with you? Then ding, 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 you probably actually love that person. But if you love a person so much that you cannot abide by them choosing someone else, then ding, 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 you have fear and obsession. And you're not showing love the way that you think you are, right? Hello, Hassan. How are you doing? Hello, Erling. I hope you're having a good day. Good morning. How's it going, G. Michael? Hello, Armando. Hello, Mira. All right, so this is the Spanish Tarot. We've got the Nine of Wands in the reverse and Death. Desperate actions because someone is terrified that you will choose another person or that things between the two of you are over. They don't want that. They want to make you choose them. Involving some third party here to try to get what they want after with the Six of Swords in the reverse, which again, we had the Lovers and the Six of Swords come out together from the Black Tarot, the previous tarot. And here they are coming out again. It's like, no. I know if I choose you that things go poorly. I don't want to be around that energy. You see this as somebody you should be letting go of or not around. And they feel like they can convince you or put a spell on you to get you to stay around. King of Wands. I'm just going to say the word compensation. We'll leave it at that. And the Wheel of Fortune. Trying to change fate to suit their desires, even though they haven't done the work to deserve to be in a relationship with somebody like this Queen of Swords. Thank you, Anam. What is next in my love life? And new or past lover. And Anam, I'm not sure if you are new to the live stream, but just in case you are, I compile a list, and then at about 30 or 35 minutes in, I do the personal questions, which is going to be within the next 5 minutes. So not too long of a wait. I've got Stephanie up first, then Nat, and then Anam. What else do we have? El Mundo, the world, but it's in the reverse. And the Nine of Swords. I didn't want things to be over. I thought I could control you. I thought I could get, you know, a little extra help and make it so that you see me differently, or make it so that you accept me, or you don't want anybody else. But I think this is actually causing more problems. At the very least, it is ineffective, but I think more likely, ooh, I said I was going to do the Overthinker's Oracle. More likely, I feel like it's actually making it even less possible that they end up with you. All right. Ooh, thank you, Jordan. Let me write that down for you. What is the energy or vibe from the female? Or vibe from female. I've added that. And was there a second part of that? Ooh, and we've got United too. Name starts with a K. Thank you, Jordan. And then we've got one from Unida. Thank you, Unida. Daily message, absolutely. To you also. And then, oh, thank you. I appreciate you, G. Michael. Let me know if you just want me to call you Michael, by the way. Or G. Ooh, Nat, thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, Clinton, I'm so sorry I missed that. Let me write that. Why do I feel like I can't be productive? I'm sorry you're dealing with that. And thank you, Nat, for helping me catch that. And Clinton, hopefully we can find something that can change that for you. We identify that block, right? So I put a star in front of Nat's name so that I go down to ask Clinton's question before Nat. Clinton, in case you were wondering. Thank you, G. I appreciate it. Hello, Jesse. How are you doing? All right, we've got, I feel it's really over. This is literally the reason why I pulled this deck out. It's the second card. All right, you guys, should we end the reading now? No, I'm just kidding. I'm afraid I will never love anyone else the way that I love you. Like, by the way, look at how many cards there are here. This is also why I only take cards that like fall out, not just like pull like the first 20 cards. Because I want you all to know, like, I'm not over here trying to like guide the reading towards a certain way. We have, I'm going to confess everything. I think they're going to realize that none of these spells or manipulative attempts have done any actual progress for them, and that it might have actually only irritated you, especially if you are as perceptive as I think you are. They don't feel like they're worthy of your love, and that's why they are this desperate, or why they are going to such extremes. They feel like there's no one like you, and that because they were unwilling to actually do the work and meet you on your level, now they're like worried that someone else gets to have a seat next to you, and it could have been them. Hello, Ishtar, how are you doing? We've got, I feel stuck with the wrong person and situation. So when they eventually realize that their spell work isn't working, or maybe even the thing that made them feel like they needed to get some spell work was being with somebody who really just they don't compare to you, and it's really helped them. It's like underscored how unique or valuable that energy is that you offer. And then of course there's just the basic, they're thirsty AF. So like, I do think that this person has ended up getting a little bit addicted or obsessed with you when they were pretty confident that they could, you know, steel themselves against those emotions or that desire. This is that desperation that I was talking about. I'm going to do anything and everything to get you back. Ooh, really? And they stay awake all night thinking about what could have happened between the two of you, how they could have handled things differently. It really feels to me like they're struggling to accept this because they are the type of person who feels like they have control, even when they don't, apparently. Hello, Ravi. How are you doing? Oops. Yes. Thank you for liking and subscribing. That means a lot to me. We're going to dive into those personal questions. We've got Stephanie up first, and this is the Prisma Visions. I'm going to do them in order, even though I told you I might not. What are M's thoughts and future actions towards Stephanie? Thoughts first, please. King of Chalices or King of Cups in the reverse, and the Four of Swords. Emotional distress, heartbreak, feeling like they need some alone time, worry that you're this Queen of Swords, right? The person with the boundaries, just like from the reading. This is like you don't really want to deal with, or you don't want to tolerate how they were approaching things. Yeah, there's been some tomfoolery here. I feel like M was not honest with you about who they are. There was an illusion here, or some kind of like attempt to convince you this is what I am, or who I am, or what I want. And now it's like they're mad because they weren't honest. Well, be mad at yourself then. So I do feel like you're going to get some insight. The future actions could be related to telling you what really happened or how they feel. I feel like right now there's going to be a lot of alone time with the Hermit, but with the Five of Wands in the reverse, this is good because it allows for that introspection so that when there is communication, it's more thoughtful and respectful, right? Hey, thank you, Holy Ghost. Let me know if you'd like me to pull a few cards for you. Hello, Dino. Hello, how are you doing? So future actions involve communication. Let's just get a confirmation. Yes, we have the Fool and the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. I do feel like there are some financial goals here that M has, but I do feel at some point there's a desire for communication. It comes after this introspection has, taken a little bit of effect, right? Takes a little bit of work. All right, let's see. The second question was, why did FN tell me he liked me, but yet ignores me? Forgive me if I laugh if the devil comes out, because that is just pure and simple fear, right? Why did FN tell Stephanie that he likes Stephanie, but then ignore her? Seven of Chalices in the reverse, the Four of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords. Seven of Cups in the reverse is about somebody who is worried about being seen for who they really are. So this is like I hid parts of myself from you, and if you were to find out what those things were, I don't think you would be with me. So this is like I snuck out before you could figure out that I was the one who stole from the cookie jar, right? Hello, Hannah. Thank you for the tip. What should my next move in love be? I've got that for you. And Stephanie, I think as far as FN is concerned, there's something here that you would probably, like, I do feel he's right about this, or she, whoever FN is. This is like, I have to keep something hidden from you. If you figure it out, you would leave me, so I have to leave first. I do feel like this is something that you would not be okay with. So it might be better that this person is ignoring you because there is a darkness here that has not been addressed or healed, maybe even more so embraced. Hello, Feroz. How are you doing? Let's go to Clinton. Thank you, Nat, for helping me see that one, by the way. And we'll go with the Cats Rule the Earth Tarot. Clinton's question is, why do I feel like I can't be productive? What can we help Clinton with on this? We have the Ten of Swords in the reverse, the Devil in the reverse, the King of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles. I mean, this is interesting because this seems to me like pretty positive energy. So I feel like you're just overly harsh on yourself. Now, with the Ten of Swords and the Devil being in the reverse, this is somebody who has been able to walk away from people or things that have been a block. So I do see some sort of recovery or pivot in your life. You even notice that with the Devil card and the Seven of Swords, it's the same cat, but we've got more tattoos, right? More stories with the Seven of Swords. To be honest, I feel like you should look in the mirror and be more honest with yourself about how much you've been able to achieve. Like, I don't feel you give yourself enough credit for what you've been able to change when people expected you not to. With the King of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles, there could be some sense here that you feel like you are being judged by family members or maybe even an ex of some sort. But I feel like even these folks look at you as being too harsh on yourself or overly critical of yourself. And I do feel like you have the ability to embody both of these energies. So the Seven of Swords, to me, is coming through as you're not being honest with yourself about how much you've accomplished and what you're capable of. And maybe it's doubt, maybe it's just, other people were a bad influence, but when you give yourself more credit or when you're honest and like highlight some things that you've been able to achieve, I think it helps you to be a little bit more of an action taker. We have the Page of Cups in the reverse, the Hanged Man in the reverse, and the Hierophant in the reverse. Hey, maybe you don't follow other people's rules. Maybe your life has been a little bit different. Maybe you are super weird. Hey, me too. Welcome to the collective. You will fit right in. This is saying that you have made serious progress that you need to give yourself credit for. With the Hanged Man in the reverse, this is like, I still see myself as the version of myself from like 5 years ago. Look at yourself today. And Eight of Wands, I feel like there's somebody in your near future who is going to comment on something about you that you should be proud of, and it's going to be confirmation of this reading. I don't think it's like saying you look great in those jeans. I think it's going to be a comment on actions and behavior and patterns. And this is going to help you to see more clearly, you know what, I am very capable. I could, if I wanted to learn a new trade, or if I wanted to move across the country, or if I wanted to, whatever, start a garden. I could probably do that. And then things change for you. So I'm excited for you and I believe in you. So good luck, Clinton. Let's see what we've got for Nat. I'm going to get a different tarot deck. This is the Beginner's Tarot. Ooh, I should check that too. Okay, Unida, let me add that for you. What truths are my fears blocking me from seeing? Excellent question. What truths are my fears blocking me? Sorry, from seeing. All right, I've got that added for you, Nida. Thank you. I appreciate it, Holy Ghost. All right, so for Nat, we have what? Oh, who's the person that is coming in love with serious intentions towards Nat? Who is this person? We have the Tower in the reverse. Someone who had been kind of stuck in an old pattern or among people that didn't really encourage the best in them. We've got Queen of Cups in the reverse, Three of Cups in the reverse, and the Nine of Pentacles. So this looks to me like somebody who has had to go no contact or, you know, like start fresh with regards to a social or family community. So maybe this person only talks to 1 or 2 people from their family, or maybe this is somebody who had some childhood or college friends that, you know, now they can't really talk to, or they decided to, you know, move towards a different community. This is someone who acknowledged that they were surrounded by people that were keeping them in a stuck place and has made a change. They have this different life now because they were willing to let go of the people that were blocking that for them. So this could be somebody who talks about recently or, you know, over the last couple of years being able to find more financial stability or feeling like they have a better grasp on who they are. I think this is a very honest person who will tell you about their previous failures or tell you about a past failure. And I think you'll be very impressed with how willing they are to just be themselves. What else? This person does have a trauma or a loss from childhood or like, you know, young adulthood that I feel they have worked to heal from, but is still something that, you know, it really did impact who they are because it happened at a younger age. This could have been like a sibling or a close friend, but they have had a few harrowing experiences, you know, been troubled by things that happened at a young age, but they have worked to heal from these things. So yeah, I think they're going to be very honest with you about what has happened, how it has shaped who they are. And when is this going to happen? We have the Six of Wands and the Seven of Swords. It does feel like there is a need to address something in your life or perhaps in theirs or both that is creating a little bit of a delay. I would imagine kind of like middle or I have to be careful saying summertime because I know it's different for some folks, but I'm seeing more like the June and July because of the 6 and the 7. But it could also be saying that it's on the 6th or 7th of a month. I think it's more so saying that this is in about 6 months. It is dependent though upon people making certain choices. So make sure that you are feeling confident about the direction you're taking and, you know, how you handle things because it makes sure that this happens. All right, let's see what we have for Anam, and thank you, Nat. Anam, we have what is next in love life? What is coming up for Anam in love life? Hello, Sev, how are you doing? Hello, Grindhard, how's your day? Yeah, I don't think that's a very good friend for her. I hope that they get, I don't know, I hope that she can focus on the friendships that seem a little bit more reliable. All right, so Anam, we've got the Fool card, which indicates a new love interest. This could be somebody who has a similar work experience or works in the same type of industry, or maybe like your family and their family have a similar background. But I feel like there's some ability here to talk about like professional interests that kind of sparks an interest. We've got the Seven of Cups in the reverse. This is a person who doesn't wear any masks or is comfortable being themselves. I also feel like they don't dress up a ton. They will for certain occasions, but it's not like they're constantly out here trying to get attention or impress people. We have the Knight of Swords in the reverse and the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. This is somebody who's quick to decide that they're done investing in something. I think that kind of folds in with that desire to be honest that they have. But I do feel like this is somebody who is going to be very clear about their interest in you. Not the type to be like juggling multiple people, because to them that just creates more problems. So that would be important for them to see being true with you as well. We have Judgment in the reverse and the Six of Wands. This is somebody who pays close attention to red flags, but once they see that somebody is genuine, they're going to be very direct about what they want. So I don't feel it'd be difficult to have conversations with them about intentions or long term, because I think they're going to be an open book for you. And I guess I did technically answer your second question as well, but let's just say, let's ask, is there going to be anybody from the past returning around the same time, just in case you have to make a choice? Yes, there is going to be somebody who comes back around the same time. An ex will be contacting you, or you run into them with the Two Cups in the reverse, Empress. And I do feel like this is someone who's going to make a play like towards physical intimacy with you in an effort to try to get back into your life. So it's a good idea to avoid that temptation, because this person doesn't seem to have a very positive impact on your love life. Let's go to Jordan. What is the energy or vibe from the female that Jordan has been talking to with the initial K? Hello, Judy. How are you doing today? We have the Five of Crystals. Not what I was hoping for here, Jordan. And the Page of Wicks or Page of Wands. This is like sabotaging energy or win at all costs. Is this person misrepresenting themselves to Jordan? Yes, this is somebody who is hiding something from you. This could be pertaining to their financial security or living situation. This could also be to like their intentions towards you. We have the Magician in the reverse. So this is somebody who's trying to keep something from you or trying to manipulate you into seeing them as this like victorious, successful, happy person. But I think that they are basically misleading you in order to keep you interested. Will Jordan find some sort of hint towards this or confirmation of this soon? Not before maybe like another week or two. And I do feel like this has to do with either a job situation or a living situation. It could even be like living with an ex that this person doesn't want to tell you about. But there is a concern that this is someone who's just kind of like showing you the good stuff and hoping that you never really find out about the things that you would most likely reject or consider to be like a deal breaker. I feel like super negative now, but that's what I'm seeing. I'm sorry, Jordan. Is there anyone else who's interested in Jordan? You betcha. It's a whole seed packet. I feel like you have other options. People who are willing to show you who they really are, as opposed to Kay, who is hiding something from you. So you may choose to see what you can find out before you walk away, or you might get, you know, that kind of feeling like, yeah, maybe I've already kind of like felt that. But I do think you're going to have some conversation starting up in the near future with another person who is interested in you. And that seems to be a little bit more worth your time, since the Page of Pentacles is about investing in new things, right? All right, let's see what we've got for Unida. We've got a daily message question and then the truths and fears. Okay, this is the Tarot of the Nile. What is the daily message for Unida, please? Hello, Christopher. How are you doing? What is the daily message for Unida, please? We have the King of Swords and the Ace of Swords. Someone speaking truth to power, it would look like. So I don't know if this is a matriarch or patriarch in a family or like a boss. This could be even like a spouse, but we have somebody here who is saying, it's like, no, 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 I know what the truth is. Or maybe you need to like consult the records again. So we have a, I don't know, disagreement or someone who's trying to kind of like fudge the numbers or make something out to be something that it's not. And I see this King of Swords saying, no, let's, right here, you can see it. It's right there, you know? So you have data or numbers that back up your assertion, or somebody is helping you to see things more clearly. We have Death in the reverse and the Emperor. So someone who felt like they had control over information or people's perception. I feel like this is someone who's going to have to be a little bit humbled in this situation. What truths are Unida's fears blocking from Unida being able to see? Five of Wands, Two of Wands in the reverse, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Wow, that's a lot of earth energy. And the King of Pentacles. It feels like this is saying there's an argument or like an erosion of a foundation. To me, this feels like how money is made. There's been a lot of change in economy and, you know, legislation, regulation, all of this. So there could be something here where it's like I see quicksand for a business, like something is headed to not going to be good. And I think you can sense that, and it's like, do I like jump off this ship? Do I do something different? I feel like something that is unexpected for others, you see before they see, and the advice here is do not keep giving to the situation or investing in this path when you know it's time to switch to a different path, because I feel like you're able to pivot or pursue a different path that enables you to avoid financial difficulty. Oh, I'm so glad y'all are being supportive. Grindhard, you deserve to be loved and respected, you know? We don't want you to accept less than that. Unida, I think that you are going to be able to figure this out. Just don't let the fear of what that means when you have to make like a change in plans or find a different path prevent you from looking into what your options are. All right. Let's go to, we've got Hannah up next. What should be my next move in love? Yes, but we can manifest something more productive, right? Than the general reading one. All right, what does Hannah need to know regarding the next move in love, please? We have the Four of Cups in the reverse, the Tower in the reverse. There's going to be somebody here who initially you feel is not a good match or you're not attracted to. I mean, we can't really change if you're attracted physically to somebody, but I feel like initially there's this judgment or like jumping to a conclusion like, oh, you're just like my ex, or oh, you're, you know, not interested in things that I like, or, you know, maybe even you're not smart enough. But I see this individual having some ability to change your perspective. So it could have been just a bad first impression. And you start to realize that this love interest is actually someone who's worked on themselves and has a very intriguing perspective on the world. So there's interest that starts to increase after initially you feel like there's zero interest in this person. I will tell you now that this is somebody who may not have a ton of friends or who may not like being super social with other people. So if you are looking for a relationship with somebody who wants to, you know, go out to dinner and do dinner parties and go to plays and so I don't know if this person is that person, but this is somebody who would be very loving towards you. So I think they're just very discerning or selective with how they spend their time and who they allow into their sphere. Hello, Lee. Thank you for the tip. Of course. So this is just basically saying be open-minded. There's going to be a person that is going to successfully change your mind when you initially feel like they are not a good romantic interest or not somebody you would want. There's a risk that you would walk away from someone that you would actually be in a very happy relationship with. You just have to see them for who they really are. And I feel like initially they might be a little rough around the edges. This is not somebody who is seen as charming. Even though they might be privately charming, they are not charming to the everyday person that they see. They are probably more so just quiet. But they have the ability to be very loving to you. And I think you have something in common, maybe hobby-wise or background. There's a way for you to feel connected to them beyond just the emotional. So don't judge them too quickly, basically. All right, let's see what we have for Lee. This is the Waite Smith. And I don't know, did I forget to say good morning to you, Lee? I hope I did say it. What do we have for Lee, please? We have the Fool, the Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Nine of Cups. I do feel like this is a positive message regarding your daughter. There is a new chapter starting and some excitement here with regards to a limitation or frustration that is being removed. This could be in the next couple of weeks, but I see your daughter being very pleased with how something goes. We have the Four of Cups in the reverse and the King of Wands. Six of Cups in the reverse, King of Pentacles. There also seems to be somebody here who is looking into why there was a decision made regarding regarding a child and someone's behavior. This feels like looking into the judge. And what is the perception here? Eight of Wands in the reverse, Four of Pentacles in the reverse, Four of Swords. That there was not action taken when somebody should have been punished or been in jail. Yeah, I mean, this feels like, yeah, there's a decision that was made unfairly. So hopefully this means we have a new person taking over. Hello, Jamaica. How are you doing? All right, y'all. I'm going to leave it there. I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for liking and subscribing, and I will see you in the next video.